Hey, David, it's Teresa.
Lisa?
Hi, I just want to let you know that I'm gonna have to hop off at 1:45.
Okay,
Might have, it's just a teacher meeting and it's gonna be really quick. So I might be able to come back on if that's okay with you.
sure, no problem.
So I'll just turn my screen off and mute myself and then come back when I'm done,
Okay,
if that's okay.
sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Natalie. Hi, Mike.
Hello, David.
You having a good Passover?
Yeah. You?
Yes, we are.
We almost ran out of macaroons.
That would be tragic.
We bought the chocolate chip macaroons, and I think I found 2 in the whole box.
Chips.
Two chocolate chips.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you meant that you only found 2 because Mike had gotten to the box before you.
that's what I was thinking.
That was last year.
David, I want to tell you that your teaching has enabled me to enjoy the services, the Haggadah, everything so much more.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear.
So I want to thank you sincerely for that.
Oh, so glad. You're very, very welcome. That makes me very happy to hear.
Over the years, I learned to mumble and slough over the consonants and so on. And now I can mumble with the best of them almost.
Excellent. We're a religion of mumblers.
Oh boy, do you hear Mr. Braidman? No, we don't hear him. So that's so nice.
Steve?
Leave him alone.
Okay, I'll leave him alone.
Hi, Ruthie.
Are you taking over as his mother?
No one can replace her.
No, you're right. She's a treasure.
I'm tired.
Hello, Annie.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello, Annie and Ruthie and Steve and Norm.
And Mike?
Hello.
I
Hey.
said hello to him already.
Yeah, I said hello to David already, too.
Are Annie and David in 2 different parts of the same house or 2 different homes?
No, we're in the same home.
Okay, in 2 different locations.
Yes, there's a wall between us.
That's a physical wall, not a metaphorical one.
Good point.
Oh, I gotta-
Who does the cat go to? Don't you have a cat?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got.
Is he more partial to you, Annie, or David? Or
What's that?
she? Is the cat more partial to you or David?
It depends what she's in the mood for. If she's in the mood for playing, she's partial to me. If she's in the mood for cuddling, she's partial to Annie.
So right now the cat is in its own room.
The cat is.
Hi, Rhoda.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon.
Your puppy's so pretty and so sweet.
You got a haircut yesterday.
And a
Oh.
Very
bath.
sweet. He's
You
very
can
cute.
see- you can see his eyes.
Aw, lovely, lovely.
Very nice.
Mm,
All right, folks.
All right.
So I'm wondering if what we studied last time with the highlights of the Haggadah had an impact on anyone's Seder. Did anyone recite the 4 questions? I know you're all probably the youngest people at your Seders.
By far.
I was able to follow along.
Right.
Good. That's good.
We
Good.
had a special force questions because A friend of ours who's in her 80s has been studying Yiddish and heard it a lot as a child. And she did the 4 questions for us in Hebrew and Yiddish.
Nice.
Oh, what a treat.
Yeah.
I used to have to do that at my parents' Seder years ago when I was little.
You did it in Yiddish and Hebrew?
Yiddish and Hebrew, yeah.
Wow.
Tate, ich will fliegen, deine 4 kashes.
Right. That's what they're called in Yiddish, the fear kashas,
Yeah.
the 4 difficulties.
My father had a Haggadah. My sister's son has it now, but it was Yiddish on one side and Hebrew on the other.
Oh, that must be interesting.
Very
My
cool.
granddaughter sang it, so that was even one step more.
Your little one?
My granddaughter sang it rather
Yes.
than just say it.
That's wonderful.
Granddaughters. Was it the little one or the big one?
The little one,
Lexi.
Lexi,
Nice.
How
Excellent.
old is she? How old is Lexi?
almost 14,
Great.
That's so little.
Wonderful.
but she's still the youngest.
Yep.
Will be.
All right, folks. So I would like to start out by saying to you, Moadim L'Simcha, which is the traditional greeting for the in-between days of Passover. So if it were like the first day or two or the last day or two, you would say Chag Sameach, because those days are known as Chag, a festival. But these days in between are known as Chol HaMoed, which means literally it means like regular regular and season, the time. But what it practically means is like a kind of day that's in between a regular day and a festival. It's not quite Chag, it's not quite a regular day. It's like a hybrid in between. And so that brought up for me that we have a reading that about Jewish greetings. And we have all of these greetings that are unusual. Our religion has a lot of interesting things in that regard. And so there's something on page 88 of Aleph Isn't Enough that discusses a lot of this. I thought that would be a fun way for us to start, since we're just had a Chag, we're just going to have another Chag. We've got Chol HaMoed. Let's see if, I'm not even sure if it talks about, I think it doesn't talk about what I just did now with Moadim L'Simcha, but it has a lot of other ones. So you see that this is an English essay, but it has words of Hebrew. So I'd like to ask people to read a paragraph with the Hebrew and the English and the Hebrew. So would someone like to start? All right, Steve.
You want me to start at many or the standard?
Many.
Many of the greetings and expressions used in contemporary Jewish life are adjective and noun combinations. Those listed at the beginning of this chapter are fairly easy to understand. Others, however, require a bit more explanation.
So just stop there for a second. I'll let you continue. Just to review what they're talking about. They are talking about page 73. We've got Boker Tov, good morning, Laila Tov, good night, Shavua Tov, good week, Mazel Tov, Mazal Tov, good luck, Shana Tova, Chag Sameach, Refuah Shalema. So now let's hear some other ones. Steve, read another paragraph.
Okay. I was reading the first paragraph because it didn't have any Hebrew in it. I thought I was going to get away with one paragraph.
Well, you know I didn't want to do that.
The standard Hebrew greeting for most Jewish festivals is Hag Sameach, happy holiday. Yet one also often hears the greeting Good Yontov.
Yontif.
Yontiv,
Good yontif.
good yontiv.
Yeah.
Good yontiv is a linguistic phrase that illustrates the evolution of Jewish language. Yontiv is a Yiddish pronunciation of the Hebrew adjective-noun combination Yom Tov, a good day.
Oh.
As far back as the Bible, the phrase Yom Tov is used to refer to a holiday. When coupled with the Yiddish adjective gut, gut, right, gut.
Yeah.
Oh, there, the English is right afterwards. Gut, meaning good. Gut Yom Tov became the Yiddish greeting, meaning a good holiday. Many who say the greeting are unaware that they are literally saying a good day. You know, it's a little difficult when you're reading from left to right, and then when you got to read the Hebrew, you got to go from the right to the left, and then go back to the left to the right, back on the English.
That's true. That is very true. It's
Yeah,
hold on
like
one
dancing.
second. I forgot to do one thing that I need to do. I need to put us live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Saves me a bunch of effort.
Meme.
Yamim
So
Hanoraim.
time out. Hold on. Why? It's not able to do it for some reason.
Or no, Ra'im. It's got the
All
U
right,
vowel
well, never
at the
mind.
end, and then it's got the
Okay.
O.
David,
Penny's here.
David, can I just interrupt you? For a minute ago, you said Mazel Tov instead of Mazel
Mazel
Tov.
Yeah.
That's the correct
Penny's-
pronunciation that I will never use.
So in America, you usually hear Mazel Tov.
Yeah.
In Israel, you would hear Mazal Tov because Mazal Tov is Hebrew, Mazel Tov is Yiddish.
Okay.
It's a Yiddish Ashkenazic pronunciation. It's not really. It could
Gotcha.
be Hebrew.
Norm wanted to say something.
Yes, Norm.
I wanted to say that that second paragraph that Steve just read, that issue that's there, that I'll explain in a minute, has been plaguing me. Ooh, bad word. Well, actually, it's a good word.
Yeah, very timely.
Appropriate
For
word.
many, many years, because I knew Yom Tov. I knew that. And I also knew Yontif. And
Right.
the N and the M always was bugging me. And I kept going back and making sure that it was Yom Tov. And where did Yontif? Now it explains it. That's great.
Right.
It really has cleared that up. That's really been bugging me for a while.
Yeah, it was years that I knew about the phrase Yom Tov and I knew Good Yontif, but I did not really connect them. So it's interesting. So who'd like to read the next paragraph? All right, Annie.
Okay, on Hayamim Hanoraim, the awesome days, the high holy days, we hear the greeting Shana Tova, a good year. Sometimes people say L'Shana Tova, which literally means for a good year. L'Shana Tova is actually the first two words of a three-word greeting. L'Shana Tova Hikateva. Hikatevu?
Yes.
Hikatevu. Never heard that before.
Mhm.
For a good year may you be inscribed. This three-word greeting often appears on high holiday cards, along with variations such as, do you want me to read all those?
Sure.
L'Shana Tova, Tucha,
Umituka.
Umituka Tikatevu. L'Shana Tova, Hikatevu, V'Techat Mu.
V'techatmu. I think that's wrong. V'techatemu. I think it should be. That's so I know it.
V'Techatemu. Uh-huh.
So the chatam is sealing because you know that the framework that we have for the High Holy Days is that it's written on Rosh Hashanah, and that's the Tikatevu, may you be written. Your fate for the year is written on Rosh Hashanah, and it's sealed on Yom Kippur. So once Rosh Hashanah passes, the Tikatevu is not so relevant since it's already supposed to be written. So then the greeting shifts to Tikatemu, about sealing what's already written, something good for us, right? If there are no questions, comments, have a volunteer to read the next one.
I'll read it. I'll read it.
Okay, who said that?
I said it.
Good. Good.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
You.
Oh. This inscribing and sealing refers to the Book of Life, which tradition says is open on Rosh Hashanah with the fate of all the completely righteous and the completely wicked inscribed therein for the coming year. The fate of all others hangs in the balance until Yom Kippur and is affected by the depth and sincerity of teshuvah, repentance or turning back, during the 10-day period that spans Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Good. All right, next paragraph. Ruthie?
On Yom Kippur, the traditional greeting is Gamer Hati
Gamar.
Gamar Hati Hati Ma
Mhm.
Tova,
Yes.
which includes both a word pair, Gamar Hatimar, complete or completion of sealing, and a noun, Tova, goodness or good thing, which is derived from the same root, V'Ahava, Vav, and vet, as the adjectives, to.
Mhm.
The greeting means, may the completion of a sealing be good things, reflecting the notion that one's fate for the coming year is sealed at the conclusion of the holy days.
All right, a lot about the High Holy Days. Who would like to read the next paragraph?
I'll do it.
Okay, Mike.
On Hanukkah, it is customary to play with a dreidel, a spinning top that has these 3 Hebrew letters written on each of its 4 sides: the Shin, the Hey, the Gimel, and the Nun.
Mike, no, it's the Nun, the Gimel, the Hey, and the Shin.
I read it the wrong.
So that's littler, not dreidel. You have to say dreidel backwards too then.
These 4 letters stand for the 4-word sentence, which includes an adjective-noun combination. Nas Gadol,
That's a nace.
Nes Gadol, a great miracle. The entire sentence is Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there. The reference is to the Hanukkah miracle of the oil, which happened in the temple in Jerusalem. Dreidels made in Israel substitute the letter Fe for the letter Shin to indicate that the miracle happened not Sham there, but Po here.
Good, excellent. All right, who'd like to finish up? Okay, Becky.
And the last greeting worth mentioning is happy birthday, which in Hebrew consists of a word pair, Yom Ha'oldo,
No
Udot.
Can you take your glasses off? Right, I was gonna say.
There it
Becky
is.
sees better reading without her glasses.
Yom Huledet,
There you go.
day of birth, coupled with the adjective Shemeach.
It's a sin. It's a sin. I don't mean you did something wrong.
Sameach.
Yeah.
Sameach. Happy. Yom Huledet Sameach can be sung to the same tune as Happy Birthday to You.
Oh,
We do that all the time on Sunday mornings. If you want to hear it, come to Sulam on a Sunday morning. That's the first Sunday of the month because we celebrate all of the month's birthdays once a month, and we all sing Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. So all the kids know that phrase. I don't know if they could translate it, but they know that it's happy birthday. Great. Any questions or comments about this before we move forward? Well, good. Let's move forward. So turn the page to page 90. So let's do a little quick review of chapter 5. Let's see who remembers the vocabulary. If you know the translation, well, actually, I'm going to ask people to read a word, and whoever wants to translate it, could be the person who reads it or someone else. You could just yell out the translation. First word, Teresa.
See the
Leave
It's
or oh wait, what page are we on?
God.
page 90.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's on the wrong page.
Page 90, sorry.
Page 90. Okay. So right at the top.
right neither.
Av.
You write it.
Anybody know what that means?
Is that father?
It's father. Good job. And since you got that right, you can read the next Hebrew word.
Aim.
And who can translate that one?
Mother?
Mother. Good. Mike, you read the next Hebrew word.
Oh. Hesed.
Good. Anyone can translate that one? Annie.
Loving kindness.
Excellent. Loving kindness. Read the next Hebrew word, Annie.
Ale.
Good. Anyone translate that one? Penny.
Fear.
God,
God. Good. Read the next one, Penny.
Gadol,
Good. Who could translate that one?
Oh.
Big?
Big or great? So it's like either big in size or great in, greatness. Who said that?
I did, Mike.
All right, Mike, read the next word.
Tove.
Who can translate that one?
Good.
Good, Rona. Good. Read the next root there, just the three letters.
It's Aleph, Zayim, and Resh.
It's ayin.
Ayin.
Ayin,
Forget what
zayin,
it's saying.
resh. Does anybody know what that root has to do with?
Ayin, Zion, Resh.
Oh, Zion.
This is a harder question.
What was the question?
What does it mean?
What does the root mean?
I don't know.
So it has to
David,
do-
what page were you on? I'm sorry, I missed it.
page 90,
Thank you.
beginning of chapter 6. So ayin, zayin, resh is about helping.
Not righteous?
No. No. All right, so the next root, Ruthie, will you read those letters for us?
Aklar?
Zachar, yeah. Zion, Kaf, Resh. Does anybody know what that root is about?
Zion what?
Hint, here's a hint for you. At the end of Passover, which will be for us, our Friday night service, we're going to have a special service that is, the name of it is based on this root.
Memory, memorial?
Yes, memory, Yizkor is based on this root. It's memory.
David, say the first, how do you say the first and second letters again in that word? Say it slowly,
Zion,
right?
Kaf.
Oh,
Kaf.
cuff. I just didn't hear it right and I couldn't remember it. Thank you.
Good. All right. So now we've got Hebrew names, and these are all folks from the book of Genesis originally. So I'll ask people to read one of these. Natalie, will you read the first one?
Avraham, Abraham.
Good. Becky, next one.
Sarah.
Good. Mike, next one.
Yitzchak. That's Israel or Joseph.
Nope.
No,
It's,
Isaac.
yeah, it's, oh,
It's Isaac.
Isaac.
It's Isaac.
Oops.
Uh, Teresa, next one.
Rivka.
Rivka, or in English, we usually call this name
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Good. Next one, Penny.
Yaakov, Jacob.
Jacob. Good. Hi, Penny.
Hi.
All right, next one, Norm.
Leah.
Leah or Leah. Good. Last one, Rona.
Raphael, Rachel.
Good job. Good. And so just to review the building block, adjectives come after nouns.
What are you doing making a mess out of that?
Adjectives agree with nouns in terms of number and gender. That's number 2 in my own language. And form of the adjective must match. Well, I already said 3, I suppose. So guys, here's our chevruta. We're learning V'Ahava and L'ma'an Tizk'ru. That's our next project. There are the V'Ahava is on the bottom of page 90. L'ma'an Tizk'ru is at the top of 91. You'll see, I'm sure you've seen already that Shalom Aleichem is there too. I don't want you to do Shalom Aleichem yet. I want us to master V'Ahava and L'ma'an Tizk'ru first this week, and it might take us 2 weeks. And then after that, we'll do Shalom Aleichem. It's too much here to do at once. So in your Chevruta, I know that you often split things up in Chevruta. What I want you to try to do is to split it up, but then switch so that every person reads every word. And if you finish before we're done, it would help to actually, everybody read every word twice. And I don't mean like, V'Ahava. That's not going to do us any good. So we're going to focus on really getting these words under our belt reading first, and then we'll worry about singing them later, and then we'll do Shalom Aleichem. All right. Any questions about the Chevruta?
Yeah,
There's
David,
also, yes.
don't put me in a group because my call is coming, just so to remind you.
Okay.
Are you leaving for group right now? Is that what you were doing? Yeah.
We're going to make the groups now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry that you have to miss it.
I know.
Practice with your phone during your phone call.
I will while I'm waiting for it.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, are we in a group yet?
I don't know.
No.
I didn't touch anything. Hi,
Oh.
Annie.
you did
Hi,
it.
Norm.
Hi, Lou. Are we in a group? I don't
Not
know.
yet, not yet.
Howdy, everyone.
Steve, did you finish all those chips?
No, about a fourth of the bag.
Okay.
Oh, here we go now.
Bye-bye. Maybe hello.
So Steve and Becky,
Bisharecha. Amen.
I do.
Welcome back, everybody. So, I think I've talked with each group that these are all parts of Shema. Shema has more than this in the full version. In Reform tradition, typically we do that line of Shema and Baruch Shem, V'Ahava and L'ma'an Tizk'ru. There is more to it than that. If you have Sidur Sim Shalom, you can see what it is. You just turn to page 112.
112.
Excuse me.
So page 112, we've got the line of Shema at the top here. Baruch Shem, then this first paragraph under Baruch Shem is V'Ahava, exactly as it's on page 90 of Aleph Isn't Enough. But then you've got this long paragraph here at the bottom of page 112 that we don't do in Reformed tradition. And then on the top of page 113, we skip to L'ma'an Tizk'ru, which is 4 lines from the bottom of this paragraph. But there's a whole paragraph, 2/3 of it that we skip. And we'll talk about why.
Started here. Put a pencil.
So, yes, Annie.
We had a question on the second line, the third word.
So I think I'm going to need to mute everyone. Hold on. There we go. So now if you have a question, Annie, please unmute yourself to ask your question.
Yeah, the V'Ahava, the second line, the third word from the end. How is it pronounced?
Yes. All right. So we're getting down to brass tacks. I'm talking about the meaning, and we have brass tacks to talk about. So there are lots of questions like that. So the answer is mitzavcha or mitzavecha. So tricky word, right? Here is how to think of it. It's like a puzzle. So people, when they first see this word, might say mitzaucha or something like that. But a letter can only have one vowel. A letter cannot have 2 vowels. The tzadi there has that a vowel under it already. So the next thing has to be a letter. So that's why the dot there is that there are grammatical reasons for it, but jokingly we could say it's just there to confuse you. Right? It's a vav, not an u. Because it also has a vowel under it. It has that shva vowel, the 2 dots under it. And so a vowel can't have a vowel. If it has a vowel, it has to be a letter. So we have 2 reasons of knowing that it's mitzavcha. Yes, Norman, mute yourself.
Penny and I had a question on L'ma'an Tizk'ru. You want to hold it? Okay, sorry.
I want to do V'Ahava first. I don't think everybody got to L'ma'an Tizk'ru, but actually ask your question. So I don't want to keep you waiting if you want to know.
Thank you. The first line, the very last word in, is it Kiddoshim or Kidshim?
Kedoshim. Every letter has to have a vowel. If it's,
Well, that dot, is that the O for the Dalet or the dot for the Shin?
yes,
Or is it doubling up?
it's doubling up.
2 for the price of 1. Okay.
No extra charge. Okay, Rona.
I had two questions. One is the same phrase that Norm was asking. It's the word before that, before the last word.
Oh, that's hard, that one too. So you actually do pronounce all these things, V'Ahava, but often people say just that whole hey is silent, V'Ahava, that's fine too. Technically it would be V'Ahava, V'Ahava. But
Yeah,
to say, so most people skip the hey in practice.
so it's V'Ahava.
You're right, V'Ahava. The h is very short or missing altogether. So we have, you all remember that the vowel, the kamatz that looks like the T, that sometimes it makes the sound O, right?
Yes.
It's usually sometimes O. And in V'Ahavta, there are 4 times that it makes an O. So I
that's
want you
cool.
to take a pencil or pen and mark those 4 times so that when you're practicing, you know it. So the first 3 of them are in the first line of V'Ahavta. Bechol. So what I like to, the way I like to do this, I like to lengthen the vertical line of the vowel. You could, if that's not enough for you, you could circle it, or I like to lengthen the vertical line. There are different ways of doing it. So bechol levavcha, uvechol nafshecha, and then the uvechol, that's at the end of the line, going into me'odecha. We got those 3 marked? Yes, Norm?
This is more towards Penny, because I went to the blessing over the candles, and it's Asher Kidshanu, but the Dalet has a shva underneath it. The one that I just asked you about before, the Dalet does not have any vowel underneath it. So then it would be Kiddoshim. Got it.
Right.
Penny, I'm sorry.
Okay, good. So the 4th instance of the kamatz, that T vowel making an O sound, is the first word of the 4th line. Uv shoch b'cha, under the shin. That one says O, not A.
Which word is that?
First word, 4th line. Uv shoch b'cha. So we've got all those marked. All right. I think those are most of the tricky things in V'Ahavta. Are there any other questions about the mechanics of reading this? What I'd like to do now is mute you all, and I'm going to read it slowly, and I'd like you to read it with me, with yourself on mute. All right, so I'll make sure everybody, Rona, you're not muted. I'm going to mute you. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Just V'Ahavta. V'Ahavta 8 Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibarta bam bishivtecha bivetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu litotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mizuzot beitecha uvish arecha. How did we do? Is that all right? Was that useful? Good. So what I'd like to do now is we're going to hold off on L'ma'an. Actually, I'd like to ask a question, and you could answer in sign language. The question is, did you get in your breakout group get to L'ma'an? Yes? No? So most people did. All right. So let's do L'ma'an as well. All right, here we go. L'ma'an Tizk'ru V'asitem et kol. That's another O. Kol. Mitzvotai. Tricky word. Mitzvotai. V'hiyitem kedoshim le'lohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. So guys, for homework, feel free to unmute yourselves now. We're about to end class. For homework, I really want you to just practice reading V'Ahava and L'ma'an and really get it down. If you want to do other things, review some of the things that we've already done. Don't go on to Shalom Aleichem. Well, if you really want to, go ahead, but I'd rather have you focus on V'Ahava. There is so much to talk about as far as the meaning and structure of Shema in these paragraphs. We didn't get to it today, so we will dive into that as well as working more on the Hebrew next week. Any questions, thoughts for parting?
Thank you, David.
You're very welcome.
Your patience is comforting for those of us that are still struggling with the pronunciations.
Well, V'Ahava is not easy Hebrew. V'Ahava is harder Hebrew than most of the things I think we've done before. And it's one of those things somebody was saying in the groups that, like, we do it every service, we sing it along, but we don't necessarily say the Hebrew words right.
We do the Norm mumble that he talked about.
Right. We're a whole religion of mumblers, or getting words approximately right instead of actually right. And so we have the opportunity to get it actually right here and to understand it. So I wish you a joyous rest of Pesach, Moadim L'Simcha, seasons of joy, and have a great week. See you next week.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you
Thank you,
very
David.
much.
Thank you, David.
Be well,
Your-
everyone.
Your biggest
Bye-bye.
worry would be if when someone asks us, who the hell taught you that Hebrew? And we say, was David Rothberg.
Oy vey.
Oy vey. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.